Mr. Satsangi, as far as the International Day of Yoga is concerned, now we've taken yoga to the rest of the world. But really, the tradition of yoga and meditation is deeper than that. It's a spiritual growth. It leads to health and wellness and a far deeper strengthening of the human mind and body experience. To what extent has it really, helped in bringing people closer to India?
Approximately 160 million Americans do yoga. Approximately 180 million Europeans do yoga. In South America, 85 million people do yoga. So if you add the three continents, it's almost like 400 people connected to yoga. And it's the only spiritual alternative to most of these nations, because most of these countries are Christian countries. In fact, one of the cardinals in Vatican is promoting yoga also. So this is how you can say yoga is popular. I think yoga is the real brand ambassador of India. And what Indian government has done is phenomenal work, especially Prime Minister Narendra Modi, by making 21st June as International Day of Yoga at United Nations. And when the people look at India, people are not looking at call centers, India's space missions, India's any progress. People are looking to India for answers today, which is spiritual answers. And that's what India's biggest positioning is today. Now, at the same time, I would tell you one more thing. In USA respects India because of its military, not because of anything else. And because they have a strong military, in fact, many of the congressmen and senators of the USA do not try to work against India in any way. Now, if you look at the common people in USA and other countries, common people look at India as a source of guidance, as a source of inspiration, as a source of education in the matters of yoga, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and other itihas. That's what they look for. And the way now the Indian government is focusing on these things within India, I mean, my heart really goes out to say, as I'll be coming for Mahakumbh Mela, and my heart really goes out to say and to see and experience that what India has done. Kumbh Mela has been the biggest attraction. I think the numbers will be out shortly. Roughly 2.5 million Americans, 4.5 million Europeans are also part of the Kumbh Mela.
I think these numbers, Aditya ji, speak louder than words. Let me take this to David Frawley ji, and then we'll go to General Dillon as well. David Frawley, sir, India's soft power is our strength undoubtedly. And this soft power is also being celebrated in terms of the display, and we'll get to see all those tableaus and everything in the parade. West is turning to India as Vishwaguru, the leader of the world. So what are your thoughts on India leading the world, leader of the world in the cultural and spiritual domain?
Well, this has always been there. It's gone on many centuries and millennia. Its influence did express and move as far as Europe in earlier times. And today it is spreading again. And it is uniting the world, as we say in yoga as a universal consciousness. And India not only has the vision of the ancient rishis and yogis from the past, but it has a vision of the future, this movement towards the cosmos, this understanding that the universe is one family, and this reawakening that to survive and prosper as a species, we must come together in a deeper awareness. India is also leading the world relative to the high tech, but it aligns that with a higher consciousness as well. We have a karma to take care of all beings. We must honor the sacred everywhere. And the wonderful Hindu temples, today, last year it was built. Now you have the largest temple in North America. You have this Akshardham, North America, over 200 feet high, in proximity to New York and Philadelphia, with the most beautiful hand-carved marble, ceilings, deities, displays. So India is sharing a cultural and spiritual tradition, not trying to conquer, control, push people around, but to awaken everyone within and bring everyone together And that is the vision that's coming out also on this special day today. A republic of all beings of the entire universe and a sharing of knowledge, wisdom, and culture from the ancient past to the most distant
Very
future.
profound words coming from David
Indeed, a
Frawley.
republic
Yes.
of all beings. That's
Republic
quite
of all
deep.
beings.
General Dillon, Mr. Satsangi had said that, the U.S. respects India because of its military strength. Now, when we look at the international defense alliances that we have certain exercises like the Malabar exercises. How has all this helped in, India's military cooperation across the world and India's strength also emerging on the global stage as a military power?
See, all these military exercises, we are a member of Quad, we are a member of many other alliances. Some of them are military alliances, some of them are non-military alliances. So even if they're non-military alliances, they have a component of military cooperation. And since in all out-of-area contingencies, when I say out-of-area contingencies, that means the contingencies or the military or natural disasters outside the borders of a country. Like something like tsunami or earthquakes, we were we were immediately helping Nepal and Turkey in the earthquakes and of course tsunami. So all these military exercises during peacetime, they come in handy during these events. So that the compatibility of the communications, compatibility of the drills, compatibility of our equipment and hardware, this can be utilized to its full potential during a combat situation or a disaster situation. So India, as a biggest power in the Indian Ocean, we are, with our Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands, we have the aircraft carriers which are on ground. So we dominate the complete Indian Ocean, the Pacific, the Indo-Pacific region. So our cooperation with the militaries of the world, with the countries within the region, outside the region, extended neighborhood, we are a main player in this region and everyone wants to do exercises with us. I was responsible for military cooperation, international military cooperation. So every country in the region and outside the region is very eager to work with Indian military because we are one of the largest military in this region. And as the previous co-panelist said, USA respects Indian military. Everyone who understands the diplomacy, military diplomacy is a very important component of any diplomacy. We are a peaceful nation. We have never attacked anyone in 5,000 years of history. But when it comes to someone disturbing our peace, internal or on the borders, we must have the wherewithal. The threat in being is the biggest potential which waves away the enemies on the border.
Yes.
So Indian military diplomacy, Indian diplomacy, I think we are doing a great job in non-military cooperation and the military cooperation alliances which we have.
Yes.